¿Puedo grabar, echar un vistazo con la cámara aquí? ¿Perdón? Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks, and behind me is the Castillo of Belmonte, the Belmonte Castle, and down there is the town of Belmonte, and that's the town that we're going to have a walk around today. So we'll get down there eventually, but first we're just going to have a quick look at this castle because it's magnificent. So let's take a look at the castle side on here, and we'll walk through the main doors or gates or whatever you want to call it. Some people over here taking a photo outside the castle, and of course, as usual, to get into these places you have to pay, and that's not what I'm going to do. So it's 10 euros to get in, 6 if you are a child or a pensioner maybe, and if you come here with a group, 9 euros to have a look at this magnificent castle. Now, as I said, I'm not going to pay, so I'm just going to have a look here from the outside. And also when we're down in the town down there, we'll have a look up and get the views of this magnificent structure. But down there is where we're headed. Okay, so I'm down in the town now. The castle's on the top of the hill. No doubt we'll see it from down here also. And let's start the walk with this magnificent building here in the background. So let's go. Now, the first thing that we can see in this town is the church, I would say, or hermitage. Church, hermitage, not sure what the difference is. But we can see here, La Ermita de la Virgen de Gracia. So another virgin. But as somebody pointed out recently, there's only one virgin in the Catholic religion, and it is Mary. So let's have a look here at the history. The Hermitage of the Virgin of Grace, Don Juan Fernandez Pacheco founded it in 1428 with the permission of the Bishop of Cuenca, blah, 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 blah. So here we go. And we can see here that it's a fairly well preserved building, the Hermitage. Let's continue the walk. Now, I don't know if I'm close to the center, far from the center, I've got no idea. I could probably check on Google Maps and find out, but I'm not going to do that. We'll just go for a walk around here for the next 15 minutes or so and see if we can find anything interesting in this town. I will say that this is a tourist town, mainly because of the castle and the other things to see in this town. It brings people here. We saw at the castle there are around 10 cars parked, so people coming here specifically to see the Belmonte Castle. And you can get the impression that it is a tourist town because it's quite well kept. This main walkway here, for example, some building here to the right, not sure what it is. Looks like a residence of some type, maybe a school. Don't know. And a children's play area here. So I imagine on a summer's day in the afternoon, this park over here would be very busy indeed. And all of these chairs or seats on the side of this walkway would also be packed, I imagine. Yes, it's a residency, an elderly residency, and it is the Nuestra Señora de Gracia y San Jose. So there we go. It looked to me like a residency, and it is indeed the case. So, what have we got over here? Another emblematic building, I imagine. There's a statue over there. I'm not sure who the statue's of. Doesn't matter, because the purpose here is to walk around the town. Now, there we have Don Quixote, and you'll see Quixote everywhere you go around this part of Spain, because that famous novel back in the day was set in these lands. And you'll see lots of reference to Cervantes, the author of that book. And as I said, statues like this one here of Don Quixote. Okay, let's continue. into the town we go. Uphill, so bear with me if I have to catch my breath every now and again. All right, local business, cold drinks on offer, and other treats for kids. And looking around, the typical architecture, renovation works going on down there. I've been in a few towns here in Cuenca over the last week or so, and they all look very similar. Same style of housing. Some have been done up, some haven't. It all depends on the financial situation, I imagine. We've got a business here that seems to be closed. Merceria Lenceria Nieves. So selling underwear and the like. What do we got going on here? The church. Ferreteria, hardware store. A couple of locals. Eurocaja. Banks. I think we're coming into the main square here. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, so look at that gateway up here, or doorway up here, or archway, whatever you want to call it. Interesting. We'll come back around there, I think. We'll try and work out where the Plaza del Pueblo is. Let's see if we can find it. Igualdad. Equality. So, equality signs up here, trying to get the message across. So, what do we got here? Let's have a look. We've got another archway or doorway. There's a sign up here which will tell us where we're going. But the buildings here are impressive. Calle Lope de Leon. Let's have a look at what this sign says here. Regalos Sanchez. So a gift shop. So here we've got the Castillo Iglesia Health Center, Employment Office and Town Hall down this way. So let's go. And that's what you want to see. When you come to these towns, small towns, think around 2,500 people in this town, so not big. You always want to find the main square, because it's normally where buildings or edifices of interest are. And I think that would be the case here too. Bar. Let's have a look. If we can find the church. I'm not sure what state the church is in, but if the ermita was anything to go by, I reckon it's going to be fairly well kept. I think this is it here. Let's have a look. All right. So walking up this way, what do we got here? Puerta de Almundi. And that's what this is here, the Puerta de Almundi. Let's continue through the Puerta de Almundi. Accommodation. Hospederia. Casona La Beltraneja. That's accommodation. Ayuntamiento up this street here. And I think that's that rural accommodation here, hotel parking. Yeah. So if you were to spend a day or two here, this would be an option. Casas Rurales. Now let's continue up this street here. Calle Arquitecto Sureda. So we're getting into the old part of the town. Let's have a look. Tobacco shop up there. Locals. and we'll find the church, and we'll see if there's a little bit of history behind the church, because these lands were conquered by the Muslims back in the day and then reconquered by the Christians. So there's a lot of history in these streets and in these towns. Buenos dias. All right, now I think that's a church up there. So that's where we're going to get to. And I think this is the main square, not sure. I can't see the town hall building. Plaza Mayor, yes. So, Fray Luis de León, Maestro Agustino, tu villa natal, Belmonte, 2001. So this bloke here, Fray Luis de León, was born in this town. Let's have a look around the main square. There's the town hall building on the corner. And the time, 25 past 12. So just after midday. All right, let's find the church, if I can. Not sure if I go down this way or up that way. Let's have a look. ¿La iglesia es, señora, por aquí?
Colegiata del siglo XV.
¿Sí?
Por ahí,
¿Es por ahí?
bajas la cuesta
Sí.
y la primera a la izquierda, ahí te la encuentras. Una vez que hayas bajado, la primera a la izquierda, además te lo va a indicar también, Colegiata siglo XV.
Ah, muy bien. No está lejos, ¿no?
No, lo que pasa es que es cuesta y es un
Vale,
poco,
vale.
pero lejos no está.
Gracias. All right, up here we go. Cuesta, hill. Lots of hills. I'm really getting a workout. Like that lady up ahead of us there. But she's doing it with a stick. All right, emblematic building here. Let's have a look. Hopefully it'll tell us what it is. Down there also, not much going on. So what have we got over here? Convent, Convento de las Concepcionistas. There we go, a convent. Now, let's continue looking for the church. If it's not up here, I'll come back. But hopefully it is. Noisy vehicles. There's a lot of street art here as well. Pedro the First, obviously a king back in the day. Palacio, Buena Vista, hotel, restaurant. And I can't see any signs. Oh, here we go. Here's the church. Let's have a look what's going on here. La colegiata. Aquí la envidia y mentira me tuvieron enterrado. Dichoso el humilde estado del sabio que se retira de aqueste mundo malvado. So there we go. Translate that for yourselves. Calle Parroco Luis Andújar. Let's have a look at this magnificent Christian structure. Let's have a look. See if I can get a decent view on the camera here of this church. It's got an alarm in case somebody wants to break in. Let's have a walk around the gardens. We'll see if we can see the castle. I can indeed. There it is. The Belmonte Castle up there on the hill overlooking the town where I started the video today. Let's go for a walk around the gardens and see what else we've got here. A restaurant. And that's a thing about this area. The food is decent. It's a wine growing area. And with tourists, you're going to get decent quality restaurants, I think. Ruta de Don Quixote. And there's a bloke called Jorge Manrique. Again, if you're familiar with Spanish history, you'll know who it is. Tractors over there, showing the rural nature of this area. Let's have a look at that restaurant if we can. Hotel Spa Palacio del Infante. So this is an ancient building that's been turned into a hotel and restaurant, also a spa. And we can see here this bloke again. Parking, hotel, spa, also exclusivo. Let's go and check it out. They're getting a delivery at the moment. Let's get some prices. Hospederías de Castilla-La Mancha. All right, let's have a look. What have we got going on here? Now, water's obviously got in there. Can't really see the prices. That'll give you an idea of what you pay for a meal in this place here. Dessert €6.50, €8.50, €8 for desserts. And some of the main prices, I can't see them. $15.50 for the entrantes, for the first courses, and for the main courses, around 23, 24 euros, I think. So that's what you're paying for a meal in this part of Spain. There's the church from behind. Walk through the gardens. We'll see if we can get a view above this wall here of the type of houses and roofs that we've got going on here. You can see we've got a view of those plains of Castilla, the flatlands there, that over the centuries the conquerors, the armies have made their way across those lands to conquer this part of Spain over the centuries, as I said, thousands of years. All right, let's continue. All right. So what else we got going on? Now, I'm not going to go too far away from my vehicle. See what we've got going on here. We've got another view of the church, and here we've got information about the church. So let's have a look. Colegiata de San Bartolome. And we've got it here in English. So it's the Collegiate Church of St. Bartholomew, located on the San Antonio Abad Hill, within the walled enclosure and next to the old fortress of Don Juan Manuel Palace, we find the Collegiate Church of St. Bartholomew. The first documents that tell us about the existence of the parish church are from the year 1224. It was built upon the first Visigoth building of the old parish, and later, after the Arab domination, it was adapted to Romanesque times. So there we go, the Collegiate Church of St. Bartholomew. Let's continue. And you've got the Romanesque style here of the church. Maybe we can go and have a look inside. The door's open. Let's go and check it out. See what's going on inside. Opening hours in English. ¿Puedo grabar, echar un vistazo con la cámara aquí? ¿Perdón? Ah, hay que sacar entrada. Ah, de acuerdo, gracias.
Hola. Queríamos entrar. ¿Qué tenemos aquí?
Again, to see that church, you've got to fork out the cash, and that's not what I'm going to do. So let's continue. The route of Quixote. Let's go down this way now. I understand that they've got to charge to enter these churches, to have a look around, obviously to pay for the upkeep. But I don't think you have to pay if you're going to pray in there. Maybe that's what I should have said, that I was going to pay my respects to the Lord. And I might have got away with a freebie. Don't know. There's this Fray Luis de Leon character again. And we'll walk down here where this convent is. Building for sale. Good luck with that. Because that would cost a fortune to keep warm, I imagine. You'd have to have a good heating system. All right, so let's go down here. What do we got up there? Qué descansada vida, la del que huye del mundial ruido y sigue la escondida senda por donde han ido los pocos sabios que en el mundo han sido. So, Fray Luis de Leon, writer, no doubt. And here's the convent. All right. I'm going to turn down Pedro I Street. Go for a walk down here. I don't know if it's a dead end or not, but soon we will know. And I'll work my way back to the car. After having a look around this town of Belmonte. In fact, here I've got to go left. So I don't know whether I've made a mistake or not, but here's the back part of the convent. I'm not sure whether it's an active convent. Actually, I've got a street down here. Let's have a look. All right, so let's go down here. You can smell people burning wood, keeping these homes warm. Because as I said, that would be an issue. Hot summers, cold winters in this part of Spain. I can smell somebody's chimney burning wood. Modern construction here. Opposite an old construction. So a bit of a mix. And I reckon that if you had to refurbish one of these places, it would cost a pretty penny. But I'm sure the builders in this area would know exactly what to do. We can see here that this place is for sale. So I'm going to go down here. There looks to be another building down here. I think I saw this before, not sure. More accommodation. So lots of people have opened accommodation businesses, and that's due to the amount of tourists that are coming here throughout the year to look at the castle, to look at the convent, to go into that church. And here we have another religious building, judging by the cross there in the middle of the garden. Yep, but it's closed. Pharmacy down there. I think that'll get me back to the car. I'm not sure, but let's go down here. Check out what this building is. Another type of religious building, I think. Let's have a look. Wait for this car to go by. Fundación Moreno Bailo, I think that is. What do we got here? Let's have a look. What's this? All right, now some type of square down here. And who's this bloke? Don Joaquin Poveda Sanchez, sacerdote. So a priest. From 1879 to 1953, this man lived. And I'm sure the people of this town were in awe of that gentleman, given their status in Spanish society back in the day. What's this? Let's have a look. We've got a sign here. Let's have a look at what we got here. Plaza del Pilar. Okay. And this building here, I don't know what it is. I think it's It's like a hospital maybe. Urgencias. So this could be a hospital. Don't know. We'll go for a walk down the side and find out. Let's go. It's a dead-end street, so I can't go down there. But I reckon that's some type of hospital here in Belmonte. Let's continue the walk. See if I can find my way back to the car. To be honest, I've got no idea. More accommodation. So everywhere you go, there's accommodation. And here we've got a sign that says to the castle. And we're going to walk through this archway. Another archway here of the former walls that were protecting the city back in the day, I would say. La calle Chinchilla. And we've got to give way. Always good advice to give way. All right. So I reckon that's just about it. That was the way up to the castle, and this was the way that I came down. So we'll walk down here outside the main historical part of the city and wrap this walk up. So that was a walk around the town of Belmonte here in the Cuenca province in Castilla-La Mancha. Hope you enjoyed the walk around this historical city. And again, if you're in this part of Spain, stop by and check the city out. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the video out as you normally do. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego from Belmonte.